So it's been a while since my last coin video, and today I'm doing a coin grading video looking at the silver threepences. And I'll also show my Whitman folders. So we've got this one, 1902 to 1945, fairly easy to fill, except for the 1927 proof. And there wasn't one issued in 1945, they were all melted down, so that actually doesn't exist. Although I think there was an escapee. If you had one of those, it'd sell for tens of thousands of pounds. And the next one, 1838 to 1901, and that has got to be the most difficult Whitman folder of the set to fill. It's got some really difficult coins to find in the earlier part of the 19th century. So let's crack on, and I'll start with the low grade one I've got. Here we have a very, very worn 1882 threepence. You can see some of the main details is worn away. The coin's a little bit bent as well, so I would grade this as poor. Next one, an 1864 threepence, a little bit better. The number 3 on the coin is still quite well worn. You can just about see it okay. But the edges around the oak leaves, particularly at the bottom of the coin, they're starting to merge in with the edge. And for that reason, I'd grade this one fair. This one I'm going to grade as almost fine. It's just, you see all the main details there. You can see all the leaves, the crown. The 3 is much more well defined, clear date. But on the left hand side of the crown, as you see as well, it's quite worn and starting to, one of the, I think it's a fleur-de-lis, it is merging in with the cushion on the crown on the left hand side. So it's not quite there for that reason, so I'm going to put it almost fine. $18.80. Again, all main detail there. You can't see the main vein in the coins on the leaves, on the oak leaves, on all of the leaves, but everything else is there. So for me, that is fine. There was another design, well, there's 2 more designs, well, actually 3 more designs to silver threepences. This was the oak leaf one from 1927 up to 1936. This one's 1931. When you're grading this type of threepence, it's all in the pimples on the acorns. So you see the main acorn nut, and then the holder, the case, whatever you call it, of the acorn. There should be little pimples there, but on this coin they're worn away, so I would grade this as fine. The rest of the detail's good. So let's move up to very fine. Now you can see that central vein on pretty much all the leaves. The crown's got much better detail. So this is the variation of the silver threepence without the cushion in the crown. So it's the latest version of the crown. This one's from Edward VII, 1918. Generally good detail. The stones at the bottom of the crown are quite worn, though they're quite flat when you look at them. So I'd look for sharper ones if I was going to grade it higher than very fine. This is the other earlier threepence design. Quite dark toning on this coin, but I think that's quite nice, isn't it? Because the higher points are very shiny and silver and the background's dark. Yes, it could have been cleaned a little bit, but it looks really nice, I think that. All the detail is there, as I was saying earlier, similar to the last coin. You can see the detail on the cushion on the back. Just the very high points of some of the stones and the higher points of the coin does show some wear, and for that reason I'm grading this as well very fine. So I was talking about the pimples on the acorns. They're starting to appear on this coin. You'll probably see it better from the still on the right hand side. You can see that they're starting to be present much more than on the coin that I graded fine, on this one from 1928. This coin, I think, it's looking genuinely sharper all around. Again, we'll get to these high grades, but looking at the still I've taken, just the high points are that bit sharper than the very fine coin. Just lovely detail present all around. And this is the other design from 1871, the earlier one with the cushion. Lovely coin. Lots of good detail on here. Again, the very highest points I'm detecting a very slight amount of wear, and that's why I don't quite think it's uncirculated, so I'm dropping it down to extremely fine. Sorry, yeah, extremely fine. (1936). You see pretty much all the little pimples on the acorn now, except they are slightly rounded on the tops of each of them. Show that very, very light wear. Extremely fine. The final design, and this coin is probably the most difficult to grade because they all tend to be the same grade. It wasn't circulated for long, so 1937 to 1944. The later ones were just used in the West Indies, I think. It wasn't actually circulated in the mainland UK because we'd introduced the brass threepence by then. But it's a Tudor rose with the St George's shield on the front of the rose, and it's just generally hard wearing. You're really looking for the sharpness of the legend and the date, but it's very difficult to tell. So I think pretty much every coin I've got of this type I grade extremely fine. Looking for some maybe clear luster to determine and sharpness to grade it higher. Now we're getting really high grade now. Difficult to find faults on this coin. There's a little bit of toning which kind of spoils it a little bit, but again, in terms of wear, I can't really see anything of note. It has seen very, very light circulation, but lovely coin. 1888. And finally, here's the 1927 proof. It has been handled a little bit, this coin, so I probably would grade it around uncirculated, not uncirculated. Start some toning starting to develop on it as well. But this is the real difficult one to get. It is worth over £100 because there was only 15,000 minted. So did you agree those grades? Have I done it right? Let me know in the comments if you don't. Let me know in comments if you do. Next I'll show you my Whitman folders, and I've had a go valuing them as well. Thanks for watching.